my sunshine. Nigga, touch my game. We gon' turn this shit to Columbine.
Yo, what is up, guys? It is me, Chespin Jr. 98, and welcome back to a very requested video. And I was very surprised because on last video I was like, if we get 100 likes, I will do a thumbnail tutorial. And I was like, well, considering I haven't uploaded in a couple weeks, I was like, oh, I'll probably hit it like over the span of a week. But no, you guys freaking destroyed that shit and literally hit 120 likes on the first day. So now, it's been a while. I was gonna record this yesterday, but as you guys know, yesterday was my birthday, so I wasn't on as much. But nonetheless, I'm still gonna do this thumbnail tutorial for you guys, and I'm gonna give it an in-depth analysis or just whatever you want to call it. So, first of all, we're gonna go with this size. So I don't know how important this is, but I always like to go this size because if it's too big, sometimes YouTube will decline it, say that if file size is too big, and you don't want that shit to happen because you don't want to work on a fucking thumbnail and have it too big. So we're gonna go with the width 1280 and the height 720, standard 720p. All right. So on the background layer, what I always like to do is just add a new layer, and you can delete the one in the background if you want transparent, but for this case I'll just leave it white. And make sure you always do a new layer. So what I always like to start off is the text. So I have the thumbnail of what I'm going to do pasted. This is going to be a Pokemon Theory. Who is that guy's father? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I haven't gone that far into Sun and Moon. I'm actually still soft resetting for a starter, which I might give up soon. But yeah, no, it's been pretty. The game has been out for like a week, a clean week, and I'm still soft resetting for a starter. I don't care. But all right, so let's gonna start off with text. So we're gonna find a decent font. I downloaded this one the other day, and I think I might want to use it. So I'm gonna have Pokemon. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Pokemon Theory as and then this thing. I don't know what it's called, but we're gonna highlight everything. Let's make this shit smaller. And if the letters are too close together, you can always expand it like that. And one thing you do not want to do is do this. Like, do not stretch the text like that. Please do not do that. That is hideous. Like, shit honest. Even if you make the most cleanest text ever, if you stretch it out like that, you'll never get a good outcome. And to do this simply is you can click on this little character box. And if you don't have it, just go to Window, Character, and it pops up. So I'm going to have it right here. And on this little V8 thing, which I don't know what it's called, it doesn't tell me, but I like to always have it either on 0 or on the negatives. I don't like to have it on the positives unless it's like really small text. So right here, I kind of like -20, so we're going to keep like that. And then what we can do is we can just duplicate the text by holding Alt. And it'll make a new layer. Oops, sorry about that. And then you're going to highlight everything once again. Make sure you highlight it. It's an easy way to modify it. And then we're going to type in who is, and then we're going to have, oh shoot, house, and then father at the biggest part of the text. So this one you might want to put it a little bit closer to each other. It's all personal preferences. But we're going to make this text way bigger, and we're going to center it so it's like around, it will click. You guys will notice when it will click. Actually, let me get rid of this one so it won't center that thing. But if you hover a board, you guys can see it kind of stops. That's where it's centered. Always center your stuff, even if you don't like centering stuff. It'll just make, actually, no, why wouldn't you? Like, I don't even know what I'm saying, but in this case, I kind of want to make the spaces in between them a little bit smaller because I do feel like the text is a bit too separated. So we're just going to reduce it by like 140. Highlight this again, and that looks way better. I mean, it's a small difference, but you know, everybody's personal preferences. I just like this. And then we're going to have father at the very bottom. I'm just going to click on the text and go to father. And then question mark. And as you guys can see, the text right here is a bit too close, and that was because it has a -40 from the last one, so just manually increase it. And you guys can see, like, right here, there's, like, sometimes where, like, the text is a bit too separated. You can just manually adjust that, and bam, that looks pretty clean. Let me reduce this one right here. Damn, there we go. So now we're going to have this centered, but we're going to make this way bigger, so it's, like, the main focus, like, right here. And click, there you go. That looks pretty ballin' if you ask me. And that's pretty much for the text what we're gonna do. I really like this. I actually really like how this font is. If you, in case you guys want to know what the font is, called Plump. I'll try to leave a link in the description if I remember. If not, just go to the font and just type that thing in. But now that we have this, we're gonna select all the layers, and to do that, you can just press in the first layer, press Shift, and click on the last layer that you want to move, and it moves everything. So we're gonna make this a tad bit bigger. All right. You can always curve text and whatever, but I feel like this one, I don't want to curve text, but I mean I might have to. Nah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So since this is a sun and moon video, I usually go with like color scheme of whoever this is. So let me just delete all of this. Oh, I should have done this before. Jesus Christ. Alright, so right here, you know what, yeah, I'll give you guys a link. Why not? I'll just click right here and just have that for now. But what we're going to do is we are going to go to, what's this fool's name? God damn it, I keep forgetting. Whoops. Wrong chat. God damn it, I'm so unprofessional. I apologize for that. It's How. H-A-U. Alright, cool. H-A-U. Pokemon. And I think if we go to Bulbapedia, you will find the highest quality pictures of any character that you're trying to find. So just go to Bulbapedia. And right here, this one is freaking pretty high-ass quality. You guys can see it's 446 by 1280 pixels, which is pretty decent. So what we're going to do is we're going to right-click and save the image. And this is why you want to save the image, because if you just copy the image and if you go to Photoshop and you paste it, it will be a background, and you don't want that, because since the character has black outline as well, when you pen tool it, you're going to delete the lines. So you're going to save the image, and we're just going to save it as whatever. Well, actually, what was the default name? Yeah, I'll just save it as that. So I'm just going to drag it to our Photoshop file, and we're just going to increase the size of this guy. And I usually like to go with oh, this is way too big. Hold up. We'll just have it here for now. Actually, I might have him like right here, and then put the two, like the people that are supposed to be like the main thing. So we're gonna center this dude, and we're gonna have the text above him. We want to have the text above him, and bam. And right here, we're gonna put the silhouettes of the characters, of which the person who asked me to do a thumbnail, which is the homie Mystic Umbreon. Shout out to him. If you guys don't know him, who he is. Why? If he has, I'm not why, but he's a pretty cool friend of mine. I've known for a long ass fucking time. Like seriously, like you guys have no idea. I've known Mystic for probably like 3 years already. It's crazy. But now they have the text centered. We don't need this last one, so we can just delete it. I just have that just so I know what to put in the thumbnail. And we're gonna center everything. Make sure everything is pretty centered. And it looks kind of weird, but you know what? Yeah, it looks kind of weird. So I'm just gonna center this dude like that, and that looks about right. So what we're gonna do is, I always like to do the first text white, but you guys can do whatever color. I'm just gonna have it all white for this tutorial, and then we're gonna have who is this dude, and I'm gonna have who is in one color, maybe like maybe like an orange, and then since this guy has like a pretty cool color scheme, might go for like a green. Like who is this guy's, and then father is a main focus. So we're gonna have him maybe even white will look good. Yeah, I think I can work with that. So right now you guys are probably saying, what the hell, I can't see shit. So you're right, you can't see anything, but we're gonna go to the bottom background, and we're gonna modify that by just pressing Control U, or you can just go to, yeah, I just go to Control U, honestly. I don't know what the shortcut is. I mean, this is a shortcut, but if you go to Control U, it allows you to mess around with the lightness, the saturation, but since it's white, you won't be able to see anything. But we're going to make it darker just for now so we can see the text. And what I like to do is on the text above, the who is the how, whatever his name is. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it. I'm definitely pronouncing it. We're gonna do a layer above it, and we're gonna press create clipping mask, and with the pen tool we're gonna do like an imaginary box outside the first part, and you will see it will cover it in white. Hold on, let me go down a little bit more. And now that we have that, we're going to go to fill and change it from solid to gradient. And we're going to choose like an orangish color. So to do what we're going to do is we're going to have the default gradient. I should go slower because I mean, I'm used to this. Actually, you know what? I kind of like this blue better. So you see, I do all my designs on the go. So like just I'm going to double click on the first box. And this will allow you to modify the bottom color, which I actually like this dark, but you know, we're gonna go with an orange just because I want to get a black stroke, and if I go do it dark right there, it won't be really hard to see the stroke. So for the bottom color, you always want to go with a darker color or like a more saturated color. So I'm just gonna go for like a darker orange here, and then you can just double click on the second one. We're gonna go for a lighter, like a yellowish. You see that? That gives like a cool gradient. That's what you want to do. And then what you can do is you can just press Alt and drag it above. Make sure it's only covering the house and also as if it's a crippling mask. And we're gonna do the same, but just change the color. Double click on this one and go to like a greenish color, maybe like a more darker green. And then we're gonna change the second one to like a lighter green. I don't like the bottom one. I'm gonna change it a bit. Maybe have it like a bluish green. That looks way better. All right. So far so good. I'm really liking this really like clean look to it. So what we can do next is we can give it some the who is part. We're gonna double click this layer, and we're going to go to inner glow, and right here make sure you decrease the size a bit so it's like barely noticeable or whatever. And I'm just gonna leave the choke to none, and just like make the range a bit larger. Like it will be like this, just increase it a bit. And you can change the mode, but I think overlay is probably the best one. So I think I just go with overlay. And you just, it's all personal preferences, but I'm gonna go with this. That gives it like a clean glow. You see that? I like that a lot. So what we're gonna do is just give it a stroke. And to give it a stroke, what we can do, you can do it in multiple ways. You can just double click this and go to stroke, and it will stroke that thing. But in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a while, but I actually want to do it because I think it will look good on this one. So what we're gonna do is click on the very first layer of the text and go all the way to the bottom. Make sure you do not click the one in the character. This is very important because you don't want to mess up with this. Because if you click on the character, this effect nothing will happen. So what we're gonna do is make sure you press Control and G. That will group these layers, or you can just right click and group. But since I like the shortcuts, I'm just gonna press Control G, and what this will do is it will group everything, but it's not merged, so everything is on a separate layer, but it's all grouped, so you know this is. So we're just gonna type this text, and we're gonna duplicate it. You can just right click this layer and do duplicate layer. But what I like to do is just do the shortcut Control J, and if you're on Mac, I believe it's Command J. Yeah, because I use Macs when I go to my digital media class, and it's kind of confusing. But on the copy one, we're going to move it down. Make sure you don't put it inside. You want to move it underneath. And the way to know is, when you're dragging it down, you'll have a line. Instead of like a highlight of a box, you'll have a line. You want to do that, and then you're just going to merge the layer or merge the group, whichever one you want to do. And you're going to move it like about 5 or 6 pixels down. It all depends on how big your text is. So watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a bit too much. I'm just gonna go with 4, or we just might want to modify the feature. And we're gonna press Control U again, and we're just gonna decrease the lightness, so it gives it like a 3D-ish effect, which I like to do. And bam, this is looking. I'm actually want to do one more down. Yeah, that's about right. So now we're gonna group everything again. So it's gonna be a group inside a group, and now you can just double click and go to stroke, and bam. Just make sure you want to make it bigger, smaller, all up to you. And this is one thing that I like to do, which a lot of people ask me how to do this. And if you're one of those, you might want to pay close attention to this part. So underneath the group layer and above the character, we're going to add a new layer. We're gonna grab our handy dandy pen tool. Make sure that the pen tool is the same color as this. You know what? Actually, before I do this, I always like to do my strokes like not black, like, cause what I like to do is I might like go for like a dark gray. Like I kind of want to go like for like a bluish tint right here. Like, oh, that looks freaking amazing. I like that. I like that. So we're gonna go with like this dark bluish color, not black. I don't know. I just like, cause maybe black will like blend in too much or something. I don't know, but I just don't like to go completely full black because I just feel like it's too bland or whatever. I don't know. It's just me, but my personal preference. But if you guys want to do something else, you guys can go ahead and do that. So what we're gonna do is like just like imagine a line. So we're just gonna press one click right here, and you can just click right here. But if you're not sure, you can just press Shift, go all the way to the edge, and just go around this text, and then like connect right here. Go around this text right here, and right here you're gonna stop. You're gonna go. More like you're gonna stop right here, and then you're just gonna go. It's like if you're creating a border around everything. Press Shift, and just like, yeah, just basically do this, and that is how you create this really cool text effect, which a lot of people have been asking me. And basically, this is how you do it. So one thing that I just realized is on the father text, it kind of looks a bit bland, but I'm going to do a simple yet efficient method. So on the father text, we're just going to do another layer above it. Right click, create clipping mask. And there's multiple ways to do this, but the way I like to do it is just grab the elliptical marquee tool, make it wide, and you can just press space to move it around. And just move it around till you see that little line that tells you where the middle is, and you have it like that. And you're gonna grab a brush and make sure that your brush is on hardness all the way to 0, and we're gonna just decrease the size. Just gonna go around it like this, not all the way, just around the edges. And you can just click out and just lower the opacity. It's not even like that much of a difference, but actually I might want to flip it around because I like it when it's underneath as well, better. Yeah, there you go. See, that looks way better. Like, that just gives the text like a cleaner feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's barely there, but you can see it. And you might want to do that for the Pokemon theory, but it's too small that you won't even realize. But, like, right here, this is a clean text. Like, I like this text a lot. So we can get rid of the guideline. I don't think I told you guys how to get a guideline, but just go to your, what tool is this? What's this tool called? I don't even know what this tool is called, but the very first one, then you just go to the rulers, and if you don't have the rulers, you go to Windows, and you go to rulers. Where's rulers at? Am I lying? Probably I'm lying. Damn. Oh, no, it's on view. Sorry, it's on view, and then rulers. Sorry, my bad. Or you can just press Control R. But you're gonna drag, and it will snap in the middle. Like, if you don't have anything, you will know where the middle is because it will slap in place. So we're gonna get rid of that. And on this dude, we're gonna give it the same stroke as right here, just to give it a cool effect. I don't do this all the time, but I feel like on this one it'll be looking pretty dope. So make sure it's the same color as this, so it kind of like blends in with the thing, but not really, you know what I mean? And then we're just gonna duplicate this dude, and on the one that's on the bottom, we're gonna give the stroke a bit. We're gonna give it a bigger stroke. You can see like that, but we're gonna change the color to completely white. So you guys can see, look at this freaking, look how clean this is. I don't know, I just really like this. And yeah, just so far it's looking pretty clean. Alright, so now that we have all this text done, it's time to incorporate some other things in the thumbnail. So in case you guys haven't seen Mystic's video, which I'll be sure to upload this after this video, but doing the thumbnail will kind of spoil it because I'm going to add the characters. But I mean, it's whatever. So I just downloaded the 2 characters, and we're going to drag him here. So we got this dude, and we got, yes, I know who they are. I'm just saying this dude just to save time. We got them Elite Fours and the gym leaders here. So we're going to have one dude here. Actually, no, I want this dude right over here. And I want Bruno over here. Alright. So we're going to have him right here. But we're not just going to have him like that because obviously it will ruin the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to decrease the size. And we're going to go to... we're going to rasterize the layer, because make sure if an image isn't rasterized, make sure you rasterize that, because you won't be able to edit it as you wish. So we're just going to press Control U and make this dude Actually, I might want to do it like the darker blue that I have, but I might go wear the black. I don't know. Let's go to color. Or you double click. Sorry, I need to tell you guys step by step. I'm going too fast. But on the Bruno layer or whichever layer you want to do black, this is kind of like something that won't apply to everyone. It depends on what you're doing. But I'm just gonna go to color overlay and just click on this little box and just click on this one. And I think this one will definitely look better because it kind of blends in with the thing, which I think looks pretty clean if you ask me. So we have this one, and now we're gonna go with the other dude. Again, same scenario. I might want to flip his position. That way it looks like, I don't know. I kind of want to flip his yeah, there you go. I think that looks pretty good. So we're gonna do the same thing. Color overlay, double click, and then go to color overlay, and bam, that looks pretty dope. So we're gonna give them a white stroke as well, so it matches with everything, and make it a like way smaller, maybe like a 4 or 5. Maybe I'll go with 5. Do the same thing for this dude, and we're gonna go to 5. And as you guys can see, it's got a little bits and stuff, and it's because the image isn't like wasn't cropped out correctly, and I don't know, but you can easily delete that by just going with the eraser and just deleting those bits. And there you go. That looks pretty clean if you ask me. And one thing that I like to do with these mysterious types of things, which obviously it's pretty common sense, but we're just going to add a question mark on both of their faces. Like one on him and one on him. We're going to make this one a bit bigger because his face is obviously bigger. But bam, this is looking pretty clean so far. And for the background, it's all personal preference, but I like to do simple backgrounds. I like to do them like following the color scheme of the thumbnail. So we're gonna go with like an orangey feel. So we're gonna click like a orange and then a yellowish. And it all depends on what version of Photoshop you have, because I have the newest one. I think I have the 2017. Let me just check. Yeah, I have the Adobe Photoshop CC 2017. So we're gonna you would grab your gradient tool, and in case you're just like me that you couldn't find it, you see these 3 dots right here. You're gonna double click, like not double click but hold, and you go right here to the gradient tool. And if you're in older versions, I'm pretty sure the gradient tool will be over there, so just make sure you look for it. And we're just gonna trial and error this to see where it looks dope. And I'm thinking I might go for like a darker going to lighter, which is like not really the thing, but I like this right here. I like this a lot. It's like contrasts a lot with the characters. So we're gonna go with that, and we're gonna find a background, and it all depends on what type of backgrounds you want to do. But I'm just gonna look up like sun and moon screenshots. The background, honestly, like it's not. It doesn't have to be like really important. Like it has to be kind of important, but it's not like the biggest thing. So you can always just like, man, my internet's being shit right now. Let me just click these. Um, yeah, it's fucking being shit. All right, let me just reload the page. I don't know why it's taking forever. Pokemon Sun and Moon screenshots. All right, so we're gonna find a screenshot that maybe fits this thumbnail. And you can obviously choose. You can go to a website, or you can do a specific thing. Like say if I was doing all Z moves location, like type in where to find Z. I don't know, something like that. But for this case, there's nothing that like specific on the case. So I'm just gonna try and search up something that might be fitting for the character. So, like I said, I don't know if I said this before, but all my designs are on the go, which shouldn't do, because you need to be professional and prepare your stuff. But I feel like I'm more efficient this way. Is if I plan stuff, it never turns out how I want it to. So I'm like, either way, I'm just gonna do it on the go. So no, we can just get this map if we want to, but it's like typical stuff. You may not want to do it, but you know what? I'm just gonna go for that one. Or you know what? I think this one is. I'm gonna go with this one. Is there a higher quality of this image? No, there's not. Alright, cool. So we're just gonna copy this image. Like I said, it's not that important, but if you just want to have something, you don't want it to be bland. So we're gonna paste this and move it to a corner and press Shift and drag. Please, please, please press Shift and drag. You do not want to stretch the image like this. Like you don't want to stretch the image because like that is like even if it's in the background, it's horrible. It's gonna make it lose quality. So you want to press shift and just like bam, have it like that. And what I like to do is I like to put it on black and white. So just press Control U again and go to saturation. And you can modify it. Oh, sorry. You can modify it by clicking on this little circle thing that's like half colored in and half transparent. And we're gonna go to contrast, and we're gonna increase the contrast of the thing. So it's like a darker thing. So when we change the mode, we're just gonna Control E, so it only changes it on that. And then we're just gonna go to the blending options and just go to like one that looks decent. Like this one. Sometimes color dodge or overlay are like the best shots, but like you guys can see overlay right here looks kind of weird. I might go with color dodge because I think it looks clean. Yeah, I think color dodge is the best. And I might make the text a little bit bigger because we want the text bigger. So let me just change that real quick. Like I said, I'll try and error. Oh, I have these faces in this. All right, cool. We're just gonna get rid of these two. Get rid of these two question mark things and just make sure you make the text bigger. And you make it bigger. And bam, centered. Well, it's gonna be weird because it's got like the things from right here, but you can tell where it's centered, like right there, boom. That looks way better because like the text isn't as small. And what I like to do, which is a very common technique on a lot of banners, like social media revamps and all that stuff, you just get a white brush and make it huge as hell. So we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna press. Oh, that's a bit too big. Just do that and press. So it gives it like a glow. And do another layer and grab some like depends on what you want, but I'm gonna get orange for this case. And once you do orange, you can just reduce this and click right here, and then go to the mode and bam, change it to like lighten or screen. I like both of these, so I don't know. I like this. This is pretty much a basic thumbnail. I don't know why. But I like the outcome of this. Maybe adding a little bit of blue to give it a like contrast. Maybe. Let's see. You're gonna go with a blue. Maybe in the top corner right here, and right here as well. Let's see if that looks anything good. Nah. I'm just gonna go with the usual. That looks about right. And we might give these characters a drop shadow if you want, but I'm just gonna keep it like this. So this is basically a basic thumbnail of mine. Obviously, I could if the depends on what you're doing, but this is a pretty much a really good thumbnail. I'd say so myself. I like this thumbnail a lot. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure you subscribe for future content. I promise I will upload more often. I keep saying that for the past month or so, but I've been trying my hardest. Like I said, yesterday was my birthday and I wasn't gonna upload this video. Yesterday I was too busy. I was off. So yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you guys want to see more tutorials, I might do more. Depends on how much like what you guys want me to do. So like I said, I might leave a voting poll in this, and once we hit, you know what, I'm gonna test you guys because last time I underestimated you guys and I said 100 likes and I'll do a thumbnail tutorial, and you guys hit that shit the first day. So if you guys want to see maybe like Twitch buttons, or not Twitch buttons, like Twitch or like layout or something like that, which actually I'm gonna do a Twitch thing pretty soon for someone. So if you guys want to see like that, let's hit maybe, you know what, I'm gonna go with 150, which is gonna be hard. It's gonna be impossible, but I know you guys are gonna watch this video. So if you guys stayed to the end and if you guys like this video, you guys are freaking amazing. And if we hit 150, literally I will try to upload this video within 1 or 2 days since we hit 150 likes. Unlike this time that I waited like a week or almost 2 weeks. But if you guys do hit 150, which I hope you guys do, and if not, it's okay. I'll probably upload it either ways. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. Like I said, I hope you guys having a good ass day because I sure the hell was. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.